Okay, let's look at another piece of shit from this. Trey Gowdy, we have a choice as a country on Fox News. Look at this.
Good evening. I'm Trey Gowdy. Welcome to Sunday Night in America. To those of you who joined us last week, thank you. You made our first show better than we ever could have imagined or hoped for. To those of you joining us for the first time tonight, welcome and thank you.
Sunday Night in America.
Last Sunday, I posed a question to Tim Scott that's worth posing to ourselves. The question was simply this: what is the state of our union?
I mean, how does the Republican Party even exist? How does Fox News, like, how can this have appeal for anyone?
What is the state of our country? What gives you reason for optimism and what gives you cause for concern? And we'll get to the good news before we say goodbye tonight. For now, let's take the more difficult question. What concerns you about the state of our union? And the quietness of wherever you are, as you reflect on the state of our country, what gives you cause for concern about where we are as a people? One of the things Senator Scott and I discussed was the need for proportion, for balance. Where there is or has been pain, progress, and promise, all three warrant attention. But in what order? In what proportion? And no doubt each of us has our own personal battles to wage: an illness, a sick family member, financial concerns, the loss of a job. Those concerns are real.
Please stop pretending that you're like caring and that you're like actually concerned about doing the right thing. You're not. You're a shill for
and
horrible
they rightfully
people.
Occupy our time and attention. But I'm thinking more generally, as a people, as a country, what gives us reason for pause? And what concerns me is precisely what has concerned me for several years now.
I mean, this is all Rupert Murdoch. Like, basically, it's Rupert Murdoch literally causing this. Can you believe it? It's like Murdoch.
Absence of a societal referee, the absence of a neutral, detached societal umpire. We don't have to agree with every decision that umpire or referee makes, but there's a difference between not liking a decision and not trusting the decision maker.
Okay, well, guess what? I'm your umpire, okay? I apparently am the only one who's able of actually determining what is right and what isn't. So please just listen to me and obey.
The absence of a societal referee coupled with the absence of fairness as a virtue is what concerns me.
Oh, fairness. Oh, you care about fairness, really? Oh, okay. So okay. That makes no sense. I suppose if you care about fairness, then you're about to immediately abandon the Republican Party and right-wing politics for good and recant and like self-flagellate, or maybe not that, but at least completely recant and definitely never go anywhere near it. In fact, completely engage for the rest of your life in activism against right-wing ideology?
When the reality or perception of unfairness seeps in, the impact is devastating. Once lost, trust is very hard to build back again. I watch a lot of college sports. My wife might tell you that's all he does is watch college sports. And this is a busy time for those of us who love college sports. NCAA golf for men and women, NCAA softball and baseball, track and field, gymnastics. There is something pure about college sports. I had an NCAA baseball game on in my home office watching my beloved South Carolina Gamecocks. And of course, there's an umpire in baseball. And that umpire calls balls and strikes, and we expect the strike zone to be the same for everyone. That's what fairness is. The same rules apply equally to everyone. A South Carolina batter was called out on a check swing, and it was not a good call. So I began to feel this sense of being treated unfairly building within me. And then a South Carolina pitcher has a pitch called a ball that looked like a strike to me and everyone else on the planet. And the sense of being treated unfairly began to build
We're going to have just,
even
it's
more.
just the whole sports analogy.
Believes it's the media. It's higher education. It's politics that is stacked or rigged or biased against one orthodoxy or ideology. The symptoms are different, but the underlying pathology is the same. And the underlying pathology is a belief that unfairness is pervasive. We can handle mistakes. We should not accept a lack of fairness from any institution. The institution which is supposed to be that neutral, detached referee is the media. Supposed to be.
Oh, Fox
But at least
News.
half the country believes the referee is really pulling for the other side.
Okay, look, shut up, basically.